there she is.
Right down in it. Look at that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I should have brought this one to you.
That's why I'm like, love to have her in the studio.
We'll do that next time. We need to do that next time for sure. For sure.
That's hilarious. But thanks for showing us, because for those of you out there who are actually watching the video, you get to see how pretty that is. If you're only listening, I encourage you to go to either the website or the YouTube channel to watch the video, and you can see how easy that was. And that was
3 ingredients
quick.
in a glass. Done.
Yeah. Love that. Welcome back to Small Business Success Talk. I have tried this introduction 3 times now. 'Tis the day. Oh, welcome, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host, Christy Smallwood. If you've not been here before, welcome to me being super excited to have these conversations, because it is a joy for me, and it is also one of my pleasures in life and my gifts, actually, to facilitate great conversation. And our episode today is no exception. We've had her on the show before, Jennifer Bryan, who is a cocktail evangelist and founder of Make Muddle. So cocktail syrups and all kinds of things. I could read directly from her website, but you can go check that out yourself. It is makeandmuddle, muddle.com. She has a book coming out. So we're going to discuss the book. We're going to discuss all the things and what it's like being in business right now in her industry, which of course is alcohol. But also mocktails. Like, you can take what she's got, and you can see some epiphanies on my face. It's a good episode. It's a really great episode. But I do highly recommend that you also check out that website that I mentioned, makeandmuddle.com. You can learn all about Jennifer, and I will also include in the show notes our previous episode, so you can kind of get caught up on Jennifer's background and things like that. But no more like taking up all of the time. So this is a fun conversation, and I want to let's dive right in to Jennifer Bryan with Make Muddle and her book release of Revival, the classic cocktail. Okay, here we go. Jennifer, so happy to have you back.
So glad to be here. It's been a minute, girl. It's been a minute.
You're going to have to catch me up on all of the things, and then we'll talk about the book. So how are things going with Make Muddle and life in general? Like, we've already talked about a couple of things. That's why we're coming in laughing already. So
that's right. We're talking about this particular lovely time of our lives that tends to be a little bit challenging some days more than others.
We are part of the We Do Not Care Club. So
that I'm going to tell you, this is so funny. When I went to my hormone doc for the first time, she was like, so talk to me about your symptoms. And I was like, we can skip all the regular stuff. I'm just going to tell you that I swing so wide. I go from laughing and singing to raging and screaming, like literally in the blink of an eye. I need this to stop because I'm starting to feel bipolar, and this is not cool. She was like, I've got you. We're good. So yeah, it is. It's been good though. Everything's been great. The book is so exciting, and it's really just kind of blown this lovely fresh breeze through Make Muddle, and it's just it's been great. I have 4 new products that we're dropping this in the next quarter that are going to be really fun, and new Bloody Mary mix, new Bloody Mary rim, a new really great herbal syrup called Tea Tonic that was inspired and designed for the Kentucky Herbal Society. Their events happen every March, and last year, or for 25, their herb of the year was chamomile. So I decided to do a chamomile based syrup. So it's chamomile and calendula and lemon balm and barberry root and citrus and bergamot. And it's really lovely. It's called 4T, Tea tonic. And it's just gorgeous. And
Now,
then
what do you pair with that? Because it does sound really yummy. I love all of that.
it is.
What do you do
I
with it?
I
Just
pair
drink it
it with
straight?
gin. It's beautiful with gin. It does the best gimlets. Oh my gosh, it does killer mimosas. It does beautiful mocktails with a little bit of lemon juice and some sparkling water. It does. I mean,
Ooh,
there's nothing that it doesn't love right now. It makes a really yummy tequila old fashioned. It does really beautiful vodka tonics. You can use it as a tonic syrup with just soda water instead of tonic water. You're gonna miss the quinine in it, but it really is it's just a really versatile syrup that was so inspired by those lovely ladies that do the herbal society events every year. They're fantastic. So
that sounds fantastic.
yeah, and then the last one is a collaboration I'm doing with Old Homestead Distillery in French Lick, Indiana. They are just amazing people doing wild and wonderful things in their distillery, and we are releasing a syrup called the Hoosier Black Forest Old Fashioned Syrup. And it is a smoked persimmon syrup that has all of these lovely baking spices. And yeah, it's really yummy.
That also sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's been a great, like very creative time for me, which I've been very appreciative of. So
Sounds like.
and just working with really amazing people is always so inspiring. I love the collaboration. Of course, it's one of the founding cornerstone principles of the business. So anytime I meet my people, we're just instantly like, oh, let's make some magic together. And it's been really fun.
Yeah, and I keep reminding myself a- as, revenue up and down, food choices have to change because things get whatever. But I'm such a flavor loving person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, I would love to do like, how do I? And so my palate has been bland lately because no, my options have been limited.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking forward to those days where I can try things like that Black Forest persimmon sounds amazing.
It's ridiculous. I like, Seven Syrup was our founding, it's our flagship syrup. I mean, that was in design years before Make Muddle was even a thing. And it's our best seller for sure, and people love it. Please don't take their Seven Syrup. They love it. But I personally feel like that the smoked persimmon is just a better syrup. It's I don't know. It has molasses in it. So it's just got this really deep,
Rich.
yeah, rich. It's so good. Doesn't take much of it, which I also like. We all like. We're all, trying to do our thing right now. So yeah, it's really yummy. It's been very exciting, yeah, to come up with new things. So
So I'm going to ask because I had another guest on. I don't know if you have ever met Dee Dee Taylor with 502M.
I did. Oh, I love Dee Dee. She's fantastic. I did an event out there at Valentine's Day this year. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So that leads me to the next question. Have you ever thought about collaborating with
Oh,
cannabis drink
100%.
people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. She actually sells a product called Mocktail Creator that
Yes,
is
she does.
liquid measurable THC, and it is, it's magic. I mean, it just does all it. It's so good. And the first time I tried it, I went out to, I talked to the guys who have the company. They're out of Phoenix, and I emailed and I was like, "Hey, I feel like we intersect in a lot of ways here. You got time for a call?" They were like, "Absolutely." So we had a Zoom call, and it was just so fun. And absolutely, THC RTDs are ready to drink cocktails are coming for Make Muddle when the time is right. But yeah, it is, especially as folks are really like being very hyper vigilant about how much they're consuming, when they're consuming, what they're doing, we got some health things. Folks are just kind of working through their own health. We all hit eject during COVID. Okay.
Yeah,
We lost our damn minds during COVID.
that's the truth. And we haven't really recovered. Like
No,
some people are
no.
like, oh, everything's back to normal. I'm like, everything shifted. Like
Yes.
society itself
Mhm.
shifted during COVID. And
Mhm.
so I'm also in my ecosystem, I have more and more people who are like never drinking alcohol again.
Wow.
So right? It might have been COVID. It might have been
Right.
like whatever. I'm sure alcohol is not the problem. It's you.
It's our lack of mental health. It's
Yeah.
a
Alcohol just
struggle.
happens to
Okay.
be a tool to amplify whatever.
Yes.
So,
It doesn't corrupt, it reflects. That's exactly right.
yes, it does. Some not so good, and some others. I I have my own history with hating alcohol and
Hmm.
anything substance. I
Hmm.
grew up in a bad environment for that.
Hmm.
But as I grew older, I was like, wait, I know I question before I have a drink. Am I
Hmm.
running to this or am I escaping something? Like, why am I even doing this? So that's why I'm like, I now know the difference between I really love a good flavor.
Hmm.
And that's what I'm like, there are times I just want a really good old fashioned.
Hmm.
And then you and I talked last time in our last
Hmm.
episode about Manhattans.
Yes. Hmm.
It's like, oh,
Hmm.
now I'm this cherry person.
And you
Cherries.
love it, right?
I
Yeah.
love it.
It's interesting though that you were talking about all of the alcohol and why we imbibe. I have a really good friend that lives in Denver, and we actually she's our age, but also has a young child. So she, and is a solo parent, and went into it as a solo parent, and she was questioning, her own use of alcohol, and I was like, okay, there's a difference, and I have really examined my own alcohol use over the years, and why I drink, and what, like, I'm just curious about it, right? Because we have a huge history of alcoholism in my family. I want to make sure I'm checking the boxes and doing due
Yep.
diligence about things. So when we really started to look at drinking and why people drink, there are two different things that you just talked about. One of them is, man, a glass of wine or an old fashioned sounds so good.
Good.
And
Yeah.
one or one and a half is exactly right. That's what I want. And I'm good. I'm sated. It's all fantastic. Versus I need a drink and I need it right now and keep them coming, right? One of them is deliberate and thoughtful, and I'm thinking about why I'm using and what I'm using. And the second one is I need immediate separation from whatever's happening, and I'm going to get that however I can. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything right or wrong about either of those things, because everybody has their own path and everybody has their own shit in their own house. Okay.
Yep.
Nobody's there. Nobody's there. Nobody's there. You are walking your own path and your own struggle. But I do think, even in those moments when we say, I just need a drink, I just need a drink, I just, those moments, it's an immediate separation. And it may be all that's available to us in that moment, right? Instead of the support that we need in some ways, or instead of looking, really unpacking and looking what all that is, I don't have the energy for that right now. I just need a little separation, and that alcohol is going to give it to me. So I think it can be whatever you want it to be.
I absolutely because make no mistake, I have been in both of those spaces.
Haven't we all?
I realized I was coming close to a problem. So, and I know we've totally digressed in this whole conversation, but it's good content. It's
It
good to have
is.
the conversation because there was a moment where this has been 2013, 14. So it's been a bit
Mm-hmm.
that I was living in a friend's house
Mm-hmm.
and I was not getting along with my business partner at the time. And it was just a miserable time. Miserable time. We
Mm-hmm.
were getting ready to, I had to get ready to leave to go to a new meeting that we
Mm-hmm.
were getting set up for an event. We were collaborating with another business person. I had I felt at the time that the only way I was going to get through that day was to go have a shot of bourbon before I left.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that. And I was like, all right, I can stay calm enough. And when my business partner went to the bathroom, the other business lady, we're personal friends also. And she was asking me how it's going. I was like, well, I had a shot this morning to get me out the door, so I'm doing good. And she was concerned.
Oh, no.
Concerned. She's like, if you are starting your day with alcohol,
Mhm.
you might want to look at some things. It's like I'm not on vacation, so you're probably right. Like there's a difference between having a mimosa at a fun event and, just getting along versus having to feel like you need something to get you through a day.
Mhm.
That's the wrong thing to need. And so I immediately kiboshed it for a while and
Mhm.
started re-implementing that. Why am I doing this in the first place?
Mhm.
So now I have a really healthy relationship with alcohol
Okay.
use that I just, enjoy it when I want to. I still
Yeah.
have, girl, I got to go to Africa last year.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. Was it all the things?
It was all the things. The everything from the hospitality was amazing.
Oh,
Their, number one industry is tourism and
mhm.
conservation around nature, South Africa specifically. And so we did Cape Town, Victoria Falls, and then we did Kruger National Park. So we did the safari.
Uh-huh.
And every point along the way, the food was amazing,
Mhm.
fresh, like nothing processed over there. So it's a
Yeah.
totally different experience.
Yeah.
But the wine,
Oh,
holy cow,
yeah. Mhm.
they have a totally different grape blend over there called
Mhm.
Pinotage.
Mhm.
And I had to get a bottle to bring home. But then there was also this at the I'm not going to say it right because I'm Southern. Fruit Constantia. It's spelled Groot, Constantina, okay? But it's Fruit Constantia. Just-
You're a better woman than I am. I'd have botched that. That was
anyway, they have one that was like a dessert brandy
mm,
wine
uh,
that literally is hundreds of years old recipe
oh,
that people like Jane Austen, Napoleon have they've collected those testimonials over the years.
how fun.
Right. This is a blend that Jane Austen herself said cures heartache.
What? Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, I
I know.
mean, clearly we need to go get a bottle.
I bought one. I have it saved. I've got certain things that I want, and whenever that comes to pass,
I love it.
that's getting opened.
Yep. I have bottles like that too. that are
Yes,
put
yes.
back. Like, when this box is checked, that's when that gets opened. Yep.
Exactly. That's my celebratory
It
piece right
is.
over
I know.
there.
I love that. I love that. Something to look forward
Yes.
to.
So tell me about the book because I know
Oh,
that's one of the things that instigated the next interview here. So let's dive into
yes.
that.
The classic cocktail revival. It has been so long coming, and I am just over the moon that it's due any day, and I am the actual physical copy of it, and I am just waiting with bated breath. It has been more than 10 years in the making. It happened. It was National Whiskey Sour Day, and I was at my BFF's house, and I traditionally cannot stand whiskey. I didn't like whiskey sours. I thought they were bad. Of course, people are using, that sad lemon juice that comes out of those plastic lemon containers, and it was just like, it's just citric acid and bad whiskey most of the time, right? I didn't want it. So I was like, well, let me see if I can't find a syrup that would work really well. So I did this cherry vanilla syrup, and instantly she was like, go write that recipe on that card over there. And I walked over to her bar, and I was like, it was my stationery, and it had 20 recipes written on all these different angles with all these bourbons, stains on it. And I was like, oh, I should do a cookbook for her for Christmas. And then I started writing it, and I was like, no, I should do a cookbook. And I shopped it years ago before Make Muddle to some agents, and they had great feedback, but they were like, it's just not ready. So at that time, I was still married, and I said to my husband, I'm not sure what I should do next. And he's like, you should talk to our friend Brent and really, see if he has any insight about it. And so I texted him. I was like, hey, you want to help me with the cookbook? And he was like, hell yeah. So we started working on the cookbook together, and then realized immediately that it wasn't a cookbook, it was a business. And Make Muddle was born. So at that time, we had so many avenues that we were like trying to decide where we wanted to land on all of it. And we were kind of in the book a
Oh,
little bit.
wait, hold up. No, wait a second. I think maybe I've missed this in our first interview, or this wasn't the thing. Make a Muddle, the origin story was a cookbook.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Actually, one recipe that you wrote down.
Yes. That is,
Okay.
yes, the miracle of all of it, right? So when Brent and I were trying to decide what lane to pick, and my business coach was like, pick a lane, hooker. And we said, we're going to do, we're going to do product because product is, we can get, it's a revenue source. We can get some revenue from it. So we backburnered the book and really devoted our energy, our creative energy and time into creating products, which went great, right? It went like gangbusters. It was great. And then he and I, we were the official cocktail sponsor of the 22 Derby Festival. Mm-hmm. And then right after that, we split ways, and I bought him out. And he was done. He has a really small daughter, a young child at that time, who who just needed some time, love, and tenderness. And anyway, so at that time, the business got really small at that time because we had come out of the Derby Festival. It wasn't exactly what we thought it was going to be. I was solo owner now of the company. And it just that I needed things to get more manageable. And it felt like there was just a lot of chaos. And it was just a little turmoil too. I mean, when you split with somebody that's been like a brother to you for a while, I mean, we're great friends still. But at the time, breakups are hard. So
yeah, they are.
I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the business next. And I have had the very good fortune in my life of when times get really hard, sinking into my creativity is just a balm for my soul. And I picked the book back up and read it from beginning to end. And I knew immediately what it needed to be. And I rewrote the entire book in 2 weeks. And it went like that. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, this is what we're doing next. And then through absolute flow of the universe, I was introduced to Linda Ruffinack, who is the founder of Whiskey Chick. She's an amazing entrepreneur and just a baddie all the way around.
Yep.
And when you speak with her, it's like sitting at the feet of the master. She's just like dropping nuggets and you're just taking notes as fast as you can. And she said, you need a cookbook. And I was like, oh, I have a cookbook. She was like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, I've written a cookbook. She's like, I got a publisher for you. And so I was introduced to Ashley at University Press. And the first phone call we had, my marketing girl was on the phone with me and we hung up with Ashley and she said, have I missed a conversation? Is this your first phone call with her? And I was like, it was the first phone call. She's like, it's like a foregone conclusion that they're publishing the book. She's like, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. And the whole process has been that kind of flow. Like, I mean, from the illustrator to the photographer. It's just been an absolute joy. And I can't wait to do more of them. So it's been such a long time coming. And I just feel so, so appreciative and grateful to have been introduced to the amazing women that have brought me here, have helped bring me here, that have stood next to me and been like, no, this is the path. And I just, I'm just getting ready. This book is going to launch and it's a portal to the next part of the business. And I'm very excited about it.
Well, I am excited for you. So what's your favorite parts in the book? If you had to pick something that you were like, start here, what's your favorite?
Well, probably spritzes. I'm going to do some spritzes for you today. And it's summer, which is just like, it's quintessential summer cocktail, right? It's light, it's refreshing, it's classic. The book is about, Make Muddle was founded on, we're going to have 3 ingredient cocktails. We developed a product line so that those sophisticated flavors could go in one bottle and be 1 ingredient instead of 7 ingredients that you need for a really tasty cocktail sometimes, right? But the beauty of classic cocktails too is that there are 3 and 4 ingredients. So they don't have to be fussy, right? So some of the recipes include Make Muddle products, some of them don't. But classic cocktail recipes are classic for a reason. And spritzes are gorgeous.
So wait, you just said you're going to make one today? What?
I am. I'm going to make a cocktail. Let's do it. You want to?
I need to know these things.
I know. Let's start with just a classic spritz. Okay. An Aperol Spritz. So Spritz is the national cocktail of Italy. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I didn't know it was a national cocktail, but I was like, Spritzes, I believe, are Italy. Because I have a friend who went to Italy and she talks about those things a lot.
You drink your way across Italy. I don't know. Have a spritz everywhere. And you say when you go into the place, I'm just going to see if theirs is as good as the one I had last night. Hey, spoiler alert, they're all delicious. Okay. It doesn't matter where you go. They're all delicious. They've been doing this for a long, long time. But the spritzes were brought to northern Italy actually from Germans who were not used to drinking like full proof of anything. They'd been drinking beer, right? And light, those kinds of things. So when they started to have cocktails with wine, they started to add soda water to them to lighten them up a little bit. And that's where the word spritz is actually German. So yeah.
Okay.
So the classic cocktail, classic spritz recipe is a 3-to-1 ratio. So it's 3 parts of Prosecco to 2 parts of Aperol and 1 part of soda water. So it's very easy to remember, and you can make them in any, you can do batches of them if you wanted to, right?
So we're
Cocktail we love
icing
to.
this beautiful glass.
I know. Well, stemware, right? Am I right? I mean,
Yeah.
you just feel fancy drinking out of stemware. That's just fun. The other
Honestly, that's
lovely thing,
half the experience right there is the
I
glass.
know, right? It is. The other lovely thing is that it's made in the glass, which makes it super easy, right? You don't need a shaker, you don't need any of that stuff. So we're going to start with 2 ounces of Aperol. And it's so pretty. That color is just so festive.
So what if you were to describe the taste of Aperol, what is that base?
It's very herbal and vegetal and bitter. It is an aperitif, which means that it is so anytime we have bitter in a liqueur or a spirit of any kind, that signals to our body to start the stomach juices to start, because when our body gets bitter things, it associates bitter with poison, and it starts to try to process it as quickly as possible. So we have those things at the beginning so that our stomach juices kick on and aid in digestion, right? The same thing. So we can begin and end meals with an aperitivo, an aperitif, a digestif, however you want to call them.
Hmm,
I
okay.
know. The more you know, right?
Absolutely.
So that's going to get an ounce of soda water, and then we're going to top with Prosecco. And it's
Oh
so
my gosh, it looks so
refreshing.
pretty.
It is so beautiful. It's a gorgeous cocktail for sure. And then we're just going to give it a little tiny gentle stir so we don't dissipate all of those gorgeous bubbles in there. And then traditionally, this gets an orange, a slice of orange in it, and it's gorgeous. I also love it with lemon, and I really like it with lemon when it's really hot like this. So we're going to put a really pretty wedge of lemon right down in there. And so you can see her. And there she is.
Right down in it. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I should have brought this one to you.
That's why I'm like, I'd love to have her in the studio.
We'll do that next time. We need to do that next time for sure. For sure.
That's hilarious. But thanks for showing us, because for those of you out there who are actually watching the video, you
Uh-huh.
get to see how pretty that is. If you're only listening, I encourage you to go to either the website or the YouTube channel to watch the video, and you can see how easy that was. And that
Yeah.
was
3 ingredients
quick.
in a glass. Done.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
love that.
Yeah.
So I know last time when we talked, um, and I asked you that question of having a favorite cocktail. Has that
Mm-hmm.
changed for you at all?
Oh
Or
no,
like,
Manhattans will be, I mean, forever and ever. They're a great. I was out with a friend on Saturday and I have not had one in so long. It's just summertime is just like, I don't know. I just haven't been feeling it. It's been, whatever. And G&Ts, I love a gin and tonic in the summer. They're so light and refreshing, and craft gins are so awesome, and you can try so many of them. And anyway, we went out and I was like, I want a Manhattan. I haven't had a Manhattan in a minute. And it was so delicious. It was exactly right. And yeah, it was really lovely.
nice, nice.
How about
So
you?
what
What's your
are,
favorite?
oh, honestly, this is awful. Right now, believe it or not, my favorite, and I don't know if it's because it's feeding my need to feel some joy and comfort,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Right?
probably,
Heard.
but I literally just take some butterscotch liqueur and put some vanilla cream soda in.
I love that. Hear me when I say this, okay? Hear me when I say this. Drink what you like. Don't let people shame you about it.
Have you seen the new video that Humankind, a division of USA Today, or a project of USA Today, has put out regarding those kids who had a lemonade stand and a guy stole the money? Look, if that, you just don't do that to kids. Come on now. Well, that's what a lot of other people thought too. So here's how the story goes. Mom is Annetta Caldwell. I didn't catch exactly where they're from, but the video probably does tell you that. The kids are Rebecca and Josh. Rebecca and Josh wanted to set up a lemonade stand in the neighborhood. Welcome to entrepreneurship, y'all. Just go get them, kids. They set up the lemonade stand. A guy had stopped by, got out, asked for a lemonade. As the kids were preparing the lemonade, he took off with their money. It was like $40. But still, for a lemonade stand, that's a pretty decent morning. So once the kids obviously were extremely upset, they run to their mom, explain what happened. She called the police because there are cameras in the day and age of Ring cameras. Come on, y'all. Anyway, thieves are stupid. So he takes off. She calls the police. The police are there within minutes. The story starts to get out. Mom talks to the kids about the importance of like getting back on the horse, like try it again. Also the importance of forgiveness, to be able to forgive so that you can move on. And it got the kids back out and they set up the lemonade stand again, but that's not where the magic stops. So here's the thing. The kids had to go through this as a journey. The mom stepped in, as moms typically do, as parents do, to be able to encourage their kids to grow through this, right? Healthy parents do that. Let me just preface this. Healthy parents help their children grow through troubled times. Something bad happened. Villain steps in. Mom, as the hero for the kids, step in to mentor the kids on how to be their own heroes right now. Step back out there, try it again. Let's see what happens. The neighborhood saw what was going on, and they stepped in as what they could do with bringing their gifts to the table to show support for these kids. So they rallied around and showed up in mass. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing to hear about this and see the clips. Over 650 people showed up to this neighborhood to support these kids in that lemonade stand. The fire department came. There were biker groups that drove in, and like in mass, these people showed up. I didn't get the number of how much money was given that day, but there is a clip of one gentleman who came the previous day, forgot that he had $18 in his wallet. So he had bought the lemonade and apparently was going to give the entire thing out of his wallet, but forgot. So he comes back day 2 and not only buys another lemonade, he gives them the $18 he had in his pocket from the day before, plus another $20. So if that gives you any indication on how that could have added up, needless to say, I think the kids probably have a good start to their college tuition. It's an amazing moment on how a community can come in to support somebody else's hero's journey. And especially when they're kids. There's a gentleman who comes on and like, we just want to protect the kids. We want to turn this around and show them that there is good in the world. We want to show them that there is good in the world. And y'all, really, that is at the heart of the hero's journey for others. Like if you are stepping into that to show them that there's good, you are being a hero. That is a characteristic of being a hero for somebody else. So with that, I highly encourage you to go find that video. Like I said, it is from Humankind. It is a USA Today video, and I absolutely loved it. It brings a smile to my face every time I see it. So I hope that it encourages you as well. I may actually put the link in this episode for that too. So there's your Being Super segment for today. Go share your own, give some skills to be super, and show support and love for others in the world. Go be super today. And you can find out more information about Being Super on our website so that you can also learn more about the Being Super, Being Villainous book, the keynotes, the workshops, the facilitations that also come along with the whole Being Super framework. I just want to take a minute to thank the sponsor of our show, 502 Hemp in Louisville and 812 Hemp in Clarksville, Indiana. If you are looking for quality legal cannabis products, they are definitely your source. If you have questions of what would work best for you, their educated staff can help you choose the best product for your needs, like they did with me. I was having some real issues. One, my hormones were raging and I was raging all the time, just not in a very good place. And when I went into the store and I expressed everything that was going on, they asked additional questions that helped them get me to a solution. And the solution meaning better sleep at night, my inflammation's lower. I have been able to just be a better quality of life with my whole mental attitude because these things work great. My preference is the Maria products. That is a special blend that 502 Hemp owners have created themselves. And I use the Ultra Spectrum CBD gummies, the blood orange. It's 1,000 milligrams. Like this is the potent stuff, like meaning it's the highest milligrams I can get, and I need that for what my system needs. You may not need that much. They also have oils. And so I love the full spectrum here as well, but they have ranges, and according to what you're looking for to help in your body, they can help guide you in that way. So check them out at either 502hemp.com or 812hemp.com. Or if you're driving by, stop in one of the stores and they will absolutely be able to help you out. There's no need to wait for a medical dispensary to open. They have safe, reliable products now. And if you stop in a store, tell them Christy sent you, they'll give you 15% off. And not only that, but if you order online, 502hemp.com or 812hemp.com, and you put in that discount code of success, you'll also get 15% off. So check them out today. And I very much appreciate them being a sponsor of Small Business Success Talk. Um,
Right?
probably,
Heard.
but I literally just take some butterscotch liqueur and put some vanilla cream soda in.
I love that. Hear me when I say this, okay? Hear me when I say this. Drink what you like. Don't let people shame you about it. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you added butterscotch liqueur to a vanilla milkshake. I don't care,
Mm.
which would be delicious, by the way. I don't care. I don't care if you want to mix Pappy and Coke. It is your drink. You do what you like. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, because that's when I did that one night, I was like, oh. And it literally just connected to something inside of me, and that becomes the I feel almost like a kid again.
Yes.
Like it's that yummy and
So good.
it's just super good. But I also really love and Dee Dee had it at the shop at one point until she can't have them anymore in the shop. It was and she's like, "You like that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." It was a watermelon cucumber mint
Mmm.
combination. And it was so good.
I bet.
That and that you talk about refreshing to
Mm-hmm.
me, anytime that you put the cucumber mint thing or
Oh,
cucumber
I know. It's so
you just
good. And
throw
with watermelon. Oh, those make killer margaritas too in the summer. A watermelon,
yes.
cucumber watermelon mint margarita is divine.
I
Hmm.
do like a good watermelon mojito.
Oh, they're so good. I could drink mojitos. Okay, now that is a favorite summer cocktail for sure. I had the first time I ever had them, I was in Grand Caymans, I believe. And it changed my life. Like I had no idea. They had been so bad everywhere. That's the thing. You have them someplace and they're bad, and you're like, I don't ever need to do that again. But then you have one that's made right, and you're like, where has this been my whole life?
I didn't know they could do it like that. There was a drink, and I can't even remember the name of it or what was in it. In Africa, we were on the Zambezi River and near the Victoria Falls, and there is a snake god, and I can't remember the name of the snake god. Starts with an A. That's as close as we'll get today. But
Okay.
they named the cocktail after that.
Mm,
And it was one of those beautiful gradiated look in
yeah.
a and it was kind of it was a spritz of some sort,
Hmm.
but it was the most unique flavoring I had
Love
ever
that.
tasted in my life. And I'm like, what is this? What is this magic made of? Like, what is
Uh-huh.
this? And we were trying to figure it out. We couldn't figure it out. So I'm still hoping I can make a connection to find that recipe. And I tried to look it up and I'm like, I don't have those fruits here. We don't have that in the US.
That's right. I know. But that's the beauty of traveling, isn't it? It's just the
Oh,
magic of being, I mean, anytime that flavor profile that's remotely like that comes to you, you're going to be like, there was this one time when we were on the river. And I mean, and it just,
yes.
you're there, right? It just transports you to that place. I love that.
Like you just made that spritz and that's exactly what that reminded me of. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's I wonder if it's even close. Like could I like already
Right?
trying some things because it
Well,
really
I want to know
was.
what it is when you find the recipe. Okay. We'll
I will
make
absolutely share
it.
that with you
I'm
because
coming to
it
the studio and we're making it in the studio when you find that recipe.
there was one year I had a girls group over and we made what was it? It was some sort hippie punch. Is that right? Hippie
What was
punch.
in it?
It was strawberry lemonade,
Okay.
pink Moscato, and
Okay.
Sprite.
I love it. You had a great time.
We did. And
Those are
because I just
easy. Three ingredients done.
pictures full of it. And they're like, "Ooh, this is good." Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It was pretty good.
I
That was nice.
love it. Your own sangria. That's what that was.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It was one of those on Pinterest, you find things on
Hmm.
Pinterest, which is also one of those dangerous places for me to be as far I have a cocktail board and
Love it.
most of them are some sort of holiday themey or
Yeah.
Disney or superhero related.
Hey, if something works for you, stick with it. That's what I say. I
It's
love
so
it.
wild. It is wild. So you're ready to launch the book. Now, I know Deborah had said your launch date is September 2. Is that correct?
It is. Yes. The books are available on September 2nd. And we have some really fun signing events that are going to happen here and in Lexington, and it's going to be really great. Those will be listed on the Make Muddle website for upcoming signings, in-person events that people can attend. I'm at Big Bad Breakfast in September the 23rd, I believe, which is going to be really fun. The one that's down on Barrett, that'll be a really fun day. We're gonna do a cocktail together there. That'll be a special for the day, and
Nice.
yeah, just fun events, getting out and about.
So, throughout this new venture,
Hmm.
what are some key things that you've learned that you're like, "Oh, I didn't know this was going to happen?" Like, I know you said everything
Right.
seems like it's like all the doors have been open and full, but what are some things that you've learned through this process?
To trust myself. I feel like
Ooh,
we're always learning that lesson, right? I gave lip service to a lot of things for a long time, and when I started to really dig in and go, well, why would you not do that? Is that why would you not take that next step? What would prevent you from doing that? And it was just doubt. It was just self-doubt. And it was like, the things that you've done have been right. So what are we waiting on? Conquering
yeah.
fear, letting it go, really trust being in my own skin, my own body, trusting my instincts and my gut. I think that's the gift of this age of our lives.
Well, you you're not wrong. And you say that and most people like I did not think that you were going to go there as your first learning lesson. Like what's it like to work at the, you know, publisher and that process.
Mhm.
But the fact that you're like this is the first thing I had to learn was to
Yeah.
trust myself.
Yes.
Why is that such a big deal?
Oh, because we are taught as women to not trust ourselves ever. Our bodies are not our own, our minds are not our own, our opinions are not our own. And this is about a system of oppression. This is not about men, this is about a system. And the patriarchy has taught us, right? That we can't be trusted, that we don't know our own wishes, we don't know our own bodies, we don't know our own minds, we don't know any of those things. And so even though it never sat right, we internalize that, right? And so we're constantly like looking for validation about those things and seeking input on those things. And the minute I let all of that go, the minute I sat down with that book and rewrote it in 2 weeks, it was the first moment that I had fully trusted myself in my career, maybe ever. That I didn't have to fight to convince anybody. I didn't have to sell an idea. I didn't have to win people over. It was just in my gut what I knew needed to happen. And I was just like, okay, let's do it.
Did you recognize that at the time or upon reflection?
I think that it was all starting at that time for me. That was, we had just come out of COVID in 22, and I had started to really, when COVID happened and we were all home, I started a daily practice of meditating and journaling and really kind of digging into my own shit, right? Why I did the things that I do, why, just the why of it. And like that soul calling that we have of there's something more that's meant for me. I have more to do. I have more to give. I have more, and I just feel throttled all the time. How do I release what needs to come out? How do I release the creativity? How do I release the self-assuredness and the trust and all of those things? And meditation was the first place that I could really like sink into that and figure out who I am and what I'm really about and what was okay and what was not okay for me anymore. And there were a whole lot of things that became not okay when I started asking questions. So, yeah, it's been really a beautiful, cathartic, organic, painful at times.
Gut wrenching. I was gonna say, let's add some gut
But
wrenching in there.
wrenching, yes. Well,
Did you ever just like
believe it
openly sob because you're like,
all the time.
oh, that's why?
Yeah. And I mean, the beauty of it though is that when you lean in, I know it's just a corny term, but the minute you put your attention and focus on it and figure out what it is, for me personally, it evaporates. It's gone at that point. It just needed to be named and then it's gone. I don't have to deal with it again. So that was a relief. Now, sometimes it's super layered. And you got 75 parts of that process and you're gonna cry at every one of them. You're gonna have to let
Don't
go
I
a
know
whole
it?
lot through there.
I mean, so I'm over here and I was like, you have got to tell your face not to cry. Just,
You can cry on here,
ah, not
whatever you
openly
need to do.
sob.
I'm here for you, whatever you need.
I do appreciate that. Because what you are saying are things that I'm continually going through. Now, my process has been, I think once you start the process, you never really stop.
You can't unsee it. You can't
You
unring the
can't,
bell.
right. Once you get into recognizing these things, like that, I told you about that moment with the needing alcohol before I even walked out the door and I had to stop. It's from those kind of moments that I've been in this business of success principles and all that kind of stuff for years.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got trained as a coach, that took me to a whole different level. That opened up so many things because you have to start asking better questions
You do.
of yourself and of others. And trust me, as a trained coach, I didn't just, throw up a shingle and be like, "Hey, here I am." Okay. No, I got put through the ringer
Mhm.
to
I have
know what
done
that's
deeper work
like.
with my business coach than I ever did with my therapist. I can tell you that. The deep, I mean deep work.
Deep.
That's just tied into why you throttle yourself. Why are you self-sabotaging? Why are you, I mean, like all of the things that we all do, right? We all are just operating from our own trauma all the time. So that's huge. That is huge.
Yeah. So, yes, been in that process for decades now, honestly. But this past year and a half has felt vastly different. I mean,
Mhm.
we're talking, I just made a comment. I've made this comment now a few times that lately it has felt like I am in quicksand up to my eyeballs.
Mhm.
And the only way out is literally do nothing. You have to just concentrate on breathing
Yes.
through it most days. So I've been also the past year doing a lot of nervous system work. And
Love
so
it.
I've gotten a
Somatic. Oh my
trainer for
gosh.
that because I'm not a specialist in it, but I know who
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
And that, okay, you mentioned soul work. Okay. You mentioned the soul. I felt like I actually met my soul in
Amen.
my soul space
I love
in
it.
some of those meditations.
Yes, you do. You meet yourself there. It creates a sacred space for you to do that. It's
Yes.
so beautiful and so needed. And we have ignored it. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. A system that keeps us asleep, a system that has kept us quiet and silent. Don't ask any questions. You keep moving forward with what we're telling you you want. And then it comes to a point where you're like, I am in quicksand and I can't breathe. And I don't want to do this anymore. I want to honor who I am and what my gifts are to give. How do I do that? And it's the meditation that creates that space for you to do that.
Hmm.
I firmly believe that.
Totally agree. I actually have twice a month at a minimum that I do it. And because it's on the calendar already,
Love
full
it.
moon, new moon.
Amen. Yes. We love those moons. Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's just already on the calendar. It's a great reminder. It's
Mm-hmm.
a great environment, especially full
Yes.
moon nights, all the
Yes.
light. It's just great.
So
Sets the
releasing and
tone really
healing.
well.
Yes.
Um, and I've had some amazing envisioning. I don't want to say vision because there's so many people like pictures in my mind
Mhm.
during these meditations and the messages that come through because I'm intentionally open to it.
Yes.
Now, it didn't start out that way. My
Right.
first meditation, I think I
Mm-hmm.
lasted 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's a
now look at me.
practice like
It's
anything.
like anything. You got to learn to concentrate and be open and all. And
And
these
let
are things
go.
that we are not taught to do just as human beings in the system that we are in. And I would say this is for men too.
Yes.
We're not taught to be still
Mm-hmm.
and be spiritual. We're not taught to tap into any of that stuff.
Because and this is my new favorite question, who does that belief benefit? That's my new question for everything. I don't care what it is. Is it politics, money, where we're going? I mean, who benefits from that belief? Is it you? Is it your tribe, your family, your friends? Is it the collective? If it is no to any of those, then this is not something we need to hang on to. It's
I love
benefiting the
that.
power brokers. It's not benefiting me or you or my neighbors or my family. Yeah, I don't. We're living in the upside down right now. It's about to go right side up, but we have been upside down for a long time. And keeping us busy and not quiet and not asking questions has benefited those in power. So I'm done.
Yeah. Well, because you're not wrong. So let's bring this back to
Yeah, yeah.
how does being aware and willing to be open, receptive to what our soul has to say,
Uh-huh.
how does that affect our business?
I love that question. Okay. Well, first of all, it brings our people to us. And that is when business goes from a vocation to a calling, right? When we move from checking a box to fulfilling our destinies here, right? Because we get to start calling in our people. And I said that to the universe 2 years ago. Do not send me anybody that are not my people. I don't want to work with anybody that's not my people. Because when I'm with my people, we are so much more than the parts together. I mean, the ideas that flow could not have happened until all of us were in the room together. So it's such a beautiful to be soul and heart led in your business. I think is the biggest gift that we could ever ask for. I mean, we're living our purpose. We're meeting our people. We're serving a bigger need than just dollars in the fucking door. I mean, who cares, right? It's not
So
about
say,
that.
but what about the money? Jennifer, what about the money?
It follows. It follows. I'm telling you, it will come. And this is part of the shift too. I don't want inauthentic experiences. Nobody needs to be sold one more damn thing. We have so much in our homes. We have so much that we purchase in our lives. I'm not bringing anything else in my house that's not deliberate and intentional. If it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no. That's where I am now. And that's from doing the soul work. I think I don't want to mask. I don't want to mask anymore. I don't want to mask anything. I don't want to mask it with alcohol. I don't want to mask it with things. I don't want to mask it with relationships. I want to be authentically me, and I want my people to be authentically them. And that's how the dollars flow, because that's where I want my resources going. I want my resources going to things that I believe in.
So I've been really excited because thank you for honestly validating everything that I've been saying to
Yay!
myself lately. This is awesome. And it's like, yes, you literally in this interview have been something that I've been praying for to hear. Like, I
Yay!
just need a sign that these things that I'm developing are going to work.
They are.
Because where I'm being led and I'm getting is my own book that's going to be coming out shortly
Yes!
as well.
Oh, I
I
can't
know
wait.
I know it's being super slash being villainous. It's a two sides of the same coin because we are the same person. And
Right.
what happens when those two sides converge? We emerge as something new, something different.
Yes.
And
Yes.
in that convergence is where you meet the soul and have the questions. And
Yes.
it has taken me way too long to get that chapter done. But it's finally clicked and I was getting this out and I'm like, I am being pulled. I feel myself getting pulled back into well, that doesn't make sense to people. That's not logical. Nobody's going to want that. All the way to they need this.
They
This
need
is
it.
real. This is
That's
meaningful.
right.
This is important. And I've just been tugged at both ends here on
Yes.
this. And I finally, which is also another thing that between a combination of a little bit of bourbon and a gummy
Okay.
helps me stop ping
Yes.
ponging back and forth.
Yes.
So I can get my system calm. I do a meditation, then I can come
Hmm.
back at this stuff because I feel like I am getting shot up with arrows from every side and it's just in my head.
Hmm.
Nobody is really saying anything to me. It's
Well, it's
all literally in
interesting
my system.
that recently it's been really I've been dabbling in a lot of information about the divine feminine and the divine masculine, right?
Yeah.
This is part of the upside down too, right? We've been in this masculine driven hustle grind, make the dollars, do the thing, and
For
it's a push.
decades, generations now.
The divine feminine is about receiving, it's about intuition, it's about healing, it's about other things, right? And both of them are necessary. And we have been taught that the masculine is the way to succeed in business, right? That to go out and hustle and grind and get the dollars is the way that we succeed,
Hmm.
as opposed to waiting and offering, inviting our people to us. And I have never done this before. And I'm starting to do it and I really like it because what's coming to me are truly my people. I'm not I'm not out here seeking and looking and grasping and reaching and clutching. It's receiving, it's waiting, right? It's this is what I have to offer. Who would like to come and sit at this table with me? And I can't believe the people that are coming to sit at the table. I mean, it's magic, right?
I love that. And I'm excited to see everything that's going to be coming for you in the future. Love getting this update, Jennifer.
It's been so good.
We'll have all the information on the book because I should have there's a
You'll have
link.
the website, the links. It's available everywhere. It'll be available on my website, makeandmuddle.com. It's available on Amazon. It's available on Barnes and Noble. It's available on University Press of Kentucky's website. Yeah, you can get it anywhere, and it'll be at all the local places too. So,
Nice. Very much looking forward to it. So,
yeah,
Jennifer, thank you so much
thank
for
you
your
so
time today on
much.
the catch
Always a
up.
pleasure.
Wonderful to celebrate with you.
Yay. Cheers,
Thanks for the
y'all.
spritz recipe.
Yeah,
Cheers.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. Told you it's a fun conversation. Um, so her mixes are so unique and flavor filled. I remember after the first episode that we did with her, I went right out and I got what would be my normal, you know, cherry vanilla kind of thing, spiced cherry vanilla. And I put that stuff literally in just about everything I could to see what it was like. And it is so good. I cannot express to you how amazing the flavors are and how super simple it is to feel like you're a fancy cocktail maker because she provides all the things like it's already ready all right there in one jar. So it's really a cool thing, and flavors are something that can elevate experiences that you may have not just in your own home but at your events. So if you're thinking of doing team buildings one day, or if you are hosting your own open house, something like that, consider elevating it with a Make Muddle addition to the bar lineup. The other part about this conversation that I just really loved is that we get deep into meaningful things like what it's like to do business from your soul. So in the green room afterwards, when we hit the stop record button, Jennifer and I was able to take some time and really dive into that conversation. And anytime you can go deeper into the meaning of life and how you're expressing it through your business is so just it changes the whole day. She was a an answer to prayer for me in that day. There's a lot of things that she had said, not only during the interview, but in our conversation afterwards, that just really lifted my own spirits. So, spirits. So sorry. I'm sorry. Um, and off we go. So, highly recommend. Check out Jennifer's new book. It releases September 2. This episode should be coming out right as the book is getting shipped to all the pre-orders. You can still order the book on makeandmuddle.com. Check all of that stuff out. Highly recommend her recipes. Try that super simple thing that we did while she was on the show right then and there. I really hate that she wasn't in my studio doing that. So I'm gonna have to go make that myself, as well as try some new things, because I need to go get that new flavor that she was talking about. So with that, we're closing out the show today. Come back next time for another episode of great conversation to know that you are not alone in business. We all go through the same things, and we can learn from each other and build a community. And by the way, go join the community. Go join the community. It's free. We can talk book club in there. We can go deeper conversations. And of course, there's a classroom. You can tap into things that are going to be there for free, as well as any paid programs that you want to go deeper on. So join the community today. It is the extension of this show. We want to create those conversations with each other from all of these episodes. So there we go. You'll see me on the next episode of Small Business Success Talk. Thanks, everybody.